Hello and welcome. My name is Errity and this is Wise Woman Television, and I am bringing you a pick a card reading today on You Broke Up, Now What? So there's been a loss of a connection or of a relationship and you are wondering, what the F do I do now? All right. So that's what we will be covering today. I first encourage you to like and subscribe. Liking ensures that other people see this video, that we are able to reach other lives, and subscribing ensures your own commitment to yourself. Make sure you press the bell icon. That way you get a notification every single time a video pops up, and you ensure your commitment to yourself. So I will begin by giving you your 3 card pile choices. We will do that now. And now we will begin. So pile 1, you are being asked to step away from this connection and to take supreme care of yourself. I'm even feeling you stepping away from the world, from life, from all the things, and just letting yourself be held, letting yourself be healed, letting yourself be nurtured. There's some aspect here of really supporting your energy field, of really ensuring your own protection. And that doesn't mean that you are in a position of being unsafe. If that is the case, please take the necessary steps to ensure your safety, whatever is required for that. But I'm not feeling that for pile 1. What I'm feeling is your energy desires to be held sort of in the sacred bubble and not sort of scattered or drained, or you're being encouraged so that you support the integrity of your own energy, of your own beingness, okay? And that requires you to sort of step away from all the things, step away from this partnership, even step away from this connection, step away from maybe overdoing it, overfeeling it, overthinking it. Not that we can do anything wrong in the midst of heartbreak, but it's asking you to make sure that you aren't putting your power in other places, or you aren't putting your energy or your attention in other places when you really need your own nurturing and nourishment right now. This doesn't mean that life stops. We all know clock keeps going, life keeps happening, but as best as you can, protecting yourself, your energy field, your health, your vibration, your mental well-being, that is of utmost priority at this time. You are being encouraged to step away so that you can be replenished and rejuvenated and fully supported. There's something here about a clearing of your energy field that's going to require you to focus primarily on, if not exclusively, on yourself and your own energy. We're talking energy maintenance here. Now the next piece is, again, taking care of yourself, supporting yourself, nurturing yourself. What can you do to sort of tend to these wounds, okay? So when we are hurt, physically even, right, we go to the wound and we might clean it or put a warm compress on it, or we might add some kind of medicine or herb or salve or whatever we do, right? And then we put a Band-Aid on it, or we don't, depending on where we come from. And if we're a child, we want a Band-Aid. All of that to say we tend to our wounds. It's saying tend to yourself, nurture yourself, whatever that means to yourself. This is not a time for like unhealthy or dysfunctional behaviors or coping mechanisms that truly don't serve you. It doesn't mean there's not room in heartbreak to indulge. There are opportunities, of course, and times when we'll sit there in front of Netflix and eat the ice cream and all the things, okay? There's no judgment here. Like, Spirit is always offering only love and no judgment. However, if you want to take supreme care of yourself, the guidance is to nurture yourself in all the ways your soul deeply desires, and all the ways you truly need. Is that going out in nature, taking walks, calling a friend, reaching out for help, sitting outside, watching the sunset, if you're near water, going to the beach or the lake, whatever it might be that truly nurtures and feeds yourself and your soul. This includes, again, staying as close to the earth as possible, as close to nature as possible, as close to your own true deep soul alignment as possible. You're really being guided to nourish and nurture yourself right now. And again, not to get lost in any situations where you're giving a lot of energy or attention or emotion to the connection, to the lost connection, to the person. If you are continuing with communication, that might be not the best decision for you at this time. simply because pile 1, you're being guided to really connect deeply with yourself, to clear all distractions, to clear all noise, to clear all the things that might, try to get at you for your attention or even for your energy or life force. You really need to be taking care of and nurturing yourself right now, and allowing your energy field to be cleared, cleaned, and just honored, properly taken care of. So that's where you're at, pile 1. Now there is something here too for pile 1s. You guys have a focus. You guys have a passion project. You guys have a hobby or a career. You do have things like a bigger vision or a bigger purpose or a bigger path you could be focusing on right now. Give some focus to that. Take care of yourself. Return to what you know is true for you. Maybe you're uncertain about the connection. Maybe you're confused. Maybe you're deeply upset at the loss, and that's that. Regardless of the situation, it's saying you are sure of some things. Return to those things you are certain of and give that your attention. Give that your energy. Because of course, this is also a part of you. These things will feed you. Right now, that lost connection, or even whether you're in separation or you're no contact or contact, it's not feeding you. It's not nourishing you, because if it was, you wouldn't be here, right? So turn to the things that are life-giving. Turn to the things that are life-affirming, and the things that you are certain of in your life. So you might be certain of this passion, hobby, career path, whatever this is this creative expression. Maybe it's your art, maybe it's your craft, maybe you're a photographer, or you're a painter, or you're a writer. Perhaps there is a greater, bigger vision that you're working toward in your life right now, toward another level or actualization of yourself. Turn to those things. This is your opportunity to turn away from the things that aren't giving you life and that aren't fully supporting you, that aren't properly nourishing you for any reason, for whatever reason, and instead to turn toward the things that are going to feed you, give you life, give you sustenance, support you. Turn to that passion project, those things that make you feel good, those things that make you come alive and give you some focus. That way you're not giving any more energy or attention to the things that aren't feeding you or sustaining you or supporting or nourishing you at this time. Because the next part of this too is about coming into your own power and not settling. So there's something about this relationship or connection that I think when you're deeply, truly honest with yourself, that was a compromise in what you truly wanted. That was a negotiation, that you were settling in some way, and it's saying, you get to decide what standard of love, relationship, partnership, or connection that is in your life. You get to decide. Whatever it is that you want, that is available. So if this connection for any reason wasn't meeting the bar, or wasn't doing it for you, or wasn't cutting it for you, even if it's hard to admit that to yourself at the moment, know that there is that possibility and potential available for you. For some of you, I even feel like it's possible in this connection at another time, and that divine timing is at play right now, and some things need to be worked out and ironed out in order for this connection to actually serve both parties. So keeping that in mind, but remembering for pile 1, you don't want to hang on or latch on or keep looking back, because that's what it's saying is the problem for you right now. You really want to get clear, get focused, get grounded in your own energy, in your own life, in your own experience. That's what you need to do, pile 1. And looking back or reflecting or talking to or any of that stuff is not going to be supportive to you. Cutting those ties, quite literally, cutting those cords, quite literally, right? And turning in a different direction toward the things you are certain of, that you do love, that you are connected with, that are life affirming for you, turning toward those things and continue to walk in that direction. If this partnership or relationship is meant for you, it will return in a greater, higher, more aligned form. If it is meant for you, it will return, but it has to be when your energy is clear and pure and grounded in your own life and experience. When it's not scattered or being hooked into, or all these other things that might happen when we're in a deep place or a dark place or a low place, or we just are struggling to let go of someone or something, okay? So at this time, the way that it was in this moment, this relationship was not serving you in some way. You get to decide moving forward what your partnerships or love life looks like. So remember that, pile 1, that there was an opportunity here for an upgrade for both you and the other person. And if this relationship is meant to be, it will return in the form of that upgrade, but only after you focus on you, they focus on them, and you really ground and root into your own energy, your own life, your own experience. It's not going to happen when there's still that heavy attachment and any kind of sticky energy and all that stuff. You're going to keep recreating the same. You have to separate for a time, long enough. It doesn't have to be forever, but long enough for each person to really get clear, quite literally, with your energy that we were talking about earlier, and to get anchored in their own life experience. And if, again, this relationship is meant to be something, it could return in a higher form later, okay? So not all hope is lost, and I want to be clear that may not be the case or will not be the case for everyone, and you will be the decider of that. Get your energy clear so that you can be the person who makes that decision and makes that empowered choice for yourself. Right now, you're too hooked in, you're too tied up, you're not able to make full sense of it or gain perfect discerned clarity. When you're clear, when you're anchored, when you're rooted and you're focused on your own self and your own growth and your own life, that clarity is going to come as to whether that person is it for you. Or it will come as to what it is that you truly want in a relationship or partnership. Regardless, you will feel much more empowered and much more clear when you can clear out this old energy, clear it all out and clean the slate, and just focus on you. So that is your reading, Pile 1. I thank you so much for being here. I want to let you know I do offer both personal readings and coaching sessions. If you'd like support with this reading, or if you'd like any support at all on your life, work, and spiritual path. Also, if it resonated, I welcome you to like and subscribe or comment and share your stories below. Thank you, Pile 1. Okay, Pile 2. We are talking about you broke up. Now what? Okay? So there's some deep healing and soul growth that's happening for you right now. I actually have a lot of emotion coming up. So I'm going to attempt to move through that and share with you. But you're moving through a lot. There's some deep soul level healing happening here. It might even be related to past lives for some of you. This feels like a past life connection or relationship. If you believe in that, if you subscribe to it. If you don't, that's okay. If Pile 2 called to you, this is your pile, okay? But I am feeling like this was a very deep, very connected connection. So because of this breakup, not only this relationship in and of itself was incredibly healing for you, you were able to look at some things that you never even knew were there. A lot of you weren't aware and have not yet been made aware. So I'm going to share this with you, but some of you are aware that a lot of the issues in the relationship, whatever they might have been, were projections, okay? They had more to do with you and your own healing and what you needed to be made aware of and be honest about within yourself, and the same for the other person, that it really was about each other. Does that make sense? So this connection was meant for deep healing. And when I say deep, I'm feeling like this deep excavation of things that have been like sitting and stagnant for a very long time. And I'm also feeling something so deep and eternal that it feels past life, okay? And that's why they're bringing up all this karmic stuff for you. You know what I'm sensing? It's karmic debris, okay? That's what's landing. It's karmic debris. And this karma doesn't have to even be yours uniquely. It could be generational and historical and in your family. It could also be yours. It could also have something to do with your connection with this person in a past life and the context that you guys both were a part of at that time. It could also have to do with the karma that you guys are playing out and working through and clearing and reconciling together uniquely, okay? So there's a lot of options for what this karmic debris is. But this relationship, this connection came into your life so you guys could kind of pick up those pieces one by one of karmic debris and gain clarity on that, okay? So that you could do this deeper excavation and clear all that stuff up and out of the way. Because you learned something from this connection, from this relationship, that is supporting you to see yourself, your history, your wounding, and your patterns more clearly. And you're seeing that any issues that, and if you didn't, I'm telling you now, so you have that a lot of the issues, if there were issues, if that lands for you, any hiccups or conflicts or confrontations with this person, they related to the karma that you are both carrying together from this connection, and or things that you needed to look at and be aware of in order to move forward and advance on your path. And sort of expand on your spiritual journey. You had to become aware of these deeper longings, these deeper hooks and patterns of things that you hadn't quite noticed before. And if you haven't done the work, and for some of you, pile 2, I'm feeling it's a bigger energy here. So for the majority of you, this might be news to you. Look at how these relate to your childhood. Look at how these relate to your familial patterns. So how things went with your parents, and then how things went with you, and how things played out in this connection. Start taking a look at that, because there's some really deep, beautiful soul expansion and growth available for you as a result of this connection. And because of that, you're feeling so much pain. Okay, you have felt a lot of pain. It can be a darker time for you. And know that dark means deep. There's something here about like darkness isn't bad as much as it means you're going deep into the shadows, into the subconscious, into the unconscious. You're journeying into the unknown. Okay, and the unknown for you, again, were all these pieces and things and parts of you that you weren't quite aware of until you moved through and navigated through this relationship. And either you were started to realize it within the connection, and or you're seeing it all kind of blow up in your face right now after the breakup. Now what? You broke up, now what? It's to start kind of sifting through some of these layers, some of this debris, and picking it up one by one and taking a look at each of those things. Becoming aware of what wanted to be revealed within you. You have cleared this out, and what's really beautiful is just by it kind of being thrown in your face by the mirror of this connection or relationship, you've been able to clear a lot of this debris that was actually preventing you from love, that was preventing you from your ideal partnership, that was preventing you from what you truly want. So that's what's beautiful. This connection has served you to clear a lot of that out so you can experience what it is that you truly want. You're being guided. Spirit wants to offer you, have faith in this, because it can probably feel very deep and very gutting and visceral. There's a lot of raw pain here, loss. Again, it's because that soul connection. I'm feeling like you guys were involved in something in a past life, and I don't have much more energy than that in terms of specifics. That could be because it's a group, but if more comes, I'll share on it. But there's something here that you guys were involved with together that connected to a bigger vision too, or a larger community. So that lands for you, so be it. And if not, that's fine too, because, again, this relationship came through to bring you to this healing. It came to you to bring you to this healing, to bring you to this reckoning, to bring you to this reconciliation of and with yourself. So trusting this path, trusting what is happening, even if it feels dark, raw, visceral, and gutting and opening and all those kind of deep, deep, deep feelings, it's because you've now entered the subconscious, the realm of the unknown, the realm of the unconscious, where all these old stagnant things reside. And you're in there, and think of yourself with like the little light on your forehead and looking down, and kind of you are being given the opportunity to look. So don't let this be a time where you lose yourself in pain and anguish. Of course, make room for the heartbreak. Let yourself feel how you feel, but make it an active healing process. It doesn't have to be passive and wallowing. It can be something where you're like, all right, I'm here. So now I'm going to focus on the things and the pieces and the remnants of this connection that I'm meant to look at. And I know things are meant to be revealed, but let me look at it. You might be looking, it might be helpful to look at this healing process or journey as more of like an experiment or a scientist, like being able to take some of that emotion out of it so you can see clearly and witness and observe, and then see what comes up before you for revelation, because things are going to come up, because what's going to happen as a result of this, and this feels so powerful, pile 2s, is that something profound is discovered, and that changes your life forever. And I can't even believe it. Like, it just feels so moving and powerful. You discover something within yourself that's so incredible and so moving, and so you discover something. It has something to do with, again, this past life thing too, that again had to do with you and this other person and a larger community or a larger vision or something you guys are building or working toward. However that lands, let it land. If it doesn't, everything else is for you, and that's fine too. Be a lot of people who will watch this, but because of this, you are reborn. There's a rebirth that occurs. Now, we hear that a lot, right? The phoenix rising. It doesn't have to be this big, great, whatever thing, or like this cliche thing. It's saying that because of this karmic debris being lifted up and kind of pulled out, so as that's happening, you might even feel that. All this stuff is being pulled out so that you can experience something new potentials, a new vibration, new life, new reality. Those things weren't possible with all that stuff sitting there, because that stuff sitting there was ensuring a return and a recycling of the old. It was going to keep on replaying the same old story that it looks like you've done for a few lifetimes here. You know, I don't feel that it's been a few lifetimes, but there was at least one past life where this was relevant. And so this connection came into your life to clear that, to free you, so that you could experience something new. You discover something within yourself that was either previously unknown or unaware of. You didn't even know that these were issues. You didn't even know that these things were holding you back. You didn't even know that these were limitations. You didn't even know that this was a thing for you. And now you know, so now you get to change that, and you get to advance into this deeper spiritual knowing of yourself and your path. And as a result, you experience more fulfillment in your life in the long term. Okay? So what it's saying here too, there's a couple final messages, and it's like, as you're discovering this, so actually pile 2, you're pretty chronological in your reading. You know, not all of them come out that way. They can sort of be themes and variables, and they may not be chronological, but it shows me, you know, this past life connection. It shows me this deep, dark, visceral, raw period of transformation, of this gutting kind of alchemy, where you're kind of sifting through everything, looking at it, you know, seeing, you know, who you were and what you were carrying, what was yours, what wasn't, so on and so forth. Something new is discovered. And to me, it's less about your mind discovering something. You just step into a new version of yourself, a new beingness, because this stuff is cleared. And then you start to sort of put the pieces of your life sort of in order as a result of that. Okay? So you come to a place of heart healing. You come to a place of healing your heart, expanding your capacity for unconditional love, for romantic love, so that you can experience more of that. You can experience more receiving in all ways, at all levels. So receiving emotionally, receiving love, receiving abundance, receiving materially, like finances. You come to a place where you can actually receive. You heal your heart through this, and you are able to then honor that healing. You're able to create a life and a reality that honors a bigger heart, a deeper feeling, a knowingness of what you truly deeply want. You know, because you've healed your heart, you actually now know what it is that you truly want, so you can live true to that, as opposed to living in any kind of limitation where you're not receiving, or you're not feeling supported, or you're not feeling loved, or it's not the highest potential for the actualization of what you deeply truly want, you know, your ultimate love life or partnership or relationship. And the words I do struggle with a little bit here, because to me this feels so deep and soul expansive that it's like there's something on your soul that's happening that your human may not ever understand. However, it's journeying you through a healing and an excavation that serves you in all the ways that you will eventually discover. And you will recognize how necessary and essential this truly was. So that's your reading, pile 2. I thank you for watching. I encourage you to like and subscribe or share in the comments if this landed for you. I also want to let you know I do offer both private personal readings and coaching sessions to support you with this reading or on your life, work, or spiritual path. And with that, I will see you next time. Thank you, pile 2. All right, so pile 3. Pile 3. Today we are talking about you broke up, now what? Okay, so we're going to talk about, you broke up, now what? Talk about this connection a little bit, your next steps. So what's coming through for me, this is about self-advocacy in some way. This is about being true to yourself. It's about being honest with yourself. And it's about clearing out energies or people or things or environments or whatever that aren't actually serving what it is that you truly want. And I feel like pile 3, you know this. Like, you know, maybe this connection wasn't like the ideal or the best thing for you or the healthiest thing for you or whatever, however you want to phrase that. And this is your opportunity to fully own what it is you want and advocate for yourself, okay? And I feel like I want another card for you guys. Like, I don't know. I don't always do this, but I've been doing it more and more lately, so you just never know. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Okay. Because here's the thing. I pulled a clarifier card for you, and what I'm feeling for you, pile 3, is that this love connection, this relationship, this partnership, or whatever had to go because you have a different vision for your life. You have something different in store for you. You have something different waiting for you. Now, this could be either you have a different vision for love and for romance and for your ideal love life and partnership, or I'm also feeling you just have a different vision for your life in general. So there could have been some compatibility issues. There could have been just different interests, different lifestyles, different ways of just operating in life. You had a different vision for your life. It feels like you want something bigger and better and bolder, and you want something that maybe this person wasn't along for the ride with, or didn't quite resonate with, and or wasn't compatible with in some way. So I'm going to offer an example because it's coming through, so I want to share that, but I want to let you know this isn't going to land for everybody. I want you to apply this particular example to your own experience, because if you're on pile 3 and you chose pile 3, you're meant to be here. I trust your choice. You trust your choice. So whatever example I give, apply it to your own experience. So an example here would be you're someone who has a bigger vision for their lives, you're actively growing, you're pursuing your dreams, you're doing the work, you're spiritually empowered, so on and so forth, and the person you're with has a substance abuse problem or issue, okay? It's not going to be the case for everyone. Apply it to your life and to your relationship how it sees fit. But in this scenario, that situation, for whatever reason, and there's no judgment here. We're not saying it's bad or it's wrong or this person is bad for you and all these things. No, it's saying that that energy wasn't going to be compatible with your greater vision for yourself. It wasn't going to be compatible with your greater dream. It wasn't going to be compatible with the requirements for you in order to achieve what it is that you want. Because if you're around a certain kind of energy all the time that either limits you or holds you back or weighs you down or drags you down, it's going to be extremely difficult to do all the things and accomplish all the things and achieve all the things that you deeply desire for yourself. You got to have someone in your corner that's on a similar level, similar vibration, that can really support the greater vision. It has everything to do with their energy as much as it does their words, thoughts, actions, choices, behaviors. Ask yourself, does this person belong in my end game? Is this person in my dream setting? Can I see this person actively thriving alongside me in this greater vision that I have for myself? If the answer is no, then pile 3, that's why they had to leave. They had to leave. That energy had to go so that you could honor who you really are and what you really want, and honor those dreams that you have for yourself. That it feels like for pile 3, you've already been working on it. You've been on this path for a while, working toward it. You've had a focus, you've had a vision. Maybe some of you have dropped off a little bit here and there, but I bet you for pile 3 that you did not give the attention to this passion, this dream, this vision, your truth, what it is that what it is that does move you on a daily basis while you were in this connection or relationship. You weren't able to fully give yourself all the attention that you needed. And I'm also feeling like for some pile 3s, for some of you, this feels like a lesser energy than the other example, but for some of you, it wasn't even about the person and the relationship or connection as much as it was about you learning how to balance different things in your life. Because for whatever reason, the person that was involved in your life, you weren't able to properly balance and juggle that person's presence and honor your dreams and your visions and your future all at the same time. That was a challenge for you. So some of you now know to return to focusing on yourself and your own dreams and your own vision, and start discerning as you go, just taking a look at your life, a gentle observation of your life from here to see how you might begin to create space for someone to enter while honoring your bigger dream, your bigger vision. What does that have to look like? Okay? Because it doesn't mean you can never have a love connection or relationship just because you have a big dream. That's not the case, and it shouldn't be the case. So it's you learning so there's a level of self-mastery required here of how can I honor this dream or this vision and have love in my life and feed both. And if you're finding that you're not in a position to be able to do that, perhaps you focus on your dream and your vision and whatever your work, whatever it is you're focused on for now, for a time, until you feel like it has a healthy foundation and stability along with it, and then you're able to create space for someone to enter your life, okay? Because pile 3s, you have a bigger soul purpose going on right now. you're a player in all the changes, the world changes, the earth changes, the spiritual awakening, the spiritual revolution that is happening. Hello. And it feels like this was detouring you and distracting you a little bit. And it doesn't mean it was bad. It doesn't mean it was wrong, but it was holding you back. You got to have someone who's like walking with you, or maybe even running with you. You got to have someone that, you know, isn't too demanding of your time or attention. You have to have someone that you aren't immediately handing your heart over to and all of your time, energy, attention, to where you get consumed in this energy, you know, this dream, this vision dies because you came here to make some big moves. You got a destiny that's at play here. This is big for you, pile 3. You know, this is a part of your purpose, your soul's incarnation on this planet. So it's not something you can deny. You know, you have a bigger vision that's unfolding, and unfortunately this connection was just in the way of that. And it doesn't mean anything's bad or wrong, they're bad or wrong, nothing's wrong, whatever. What this means is that you have bigger fish to fry, okay? You got some bigger fish to fry right now. So it's important for you to focus on this, because divine timing is everything. And it's not saying this person is even wrong for you forever. For some of you, their energy will likely always be in a place, or at least semi-permanently, where it's going to hold you back, because I went to say something else and I felt that. But for some of you, it was just a distraction. It was too much. And you are here at this particular moment in time meant to be doing something else. And it doesn't mean, again, anything's wrong or bad. You know, it's divine timing. It's honoring the timing right now in your life, this juncture in your life. Right now, you're meant to be focusing on you and your dream and your vision that you're working on. And this was in the way of that, okay? So, you know, you're also being given this guidance, though, about enjoying the journey and playing, and just, there was something heavy about this connection that prevented you from being in your lightness, from being in your higher vibration, from being in your joy. It's like you were on this path of like, not like go, work hard. It didn't feel like that. It felt like just joy and play, but you were building momentum, and there was energy, and things were getting moving, and things were maybe getting exciting. You were starting to see things pop up in your reality to reflect the work that you've been doing, and you're seeing some successes or whatever it is that you're working on, right? You know what that means for you. And this connection came through, and or was a situation where it became heavier or more amplified, and it just kind of sucked things out, or sucked you away, or just detoured you from your path. And it was preventing you, again, from maintaining that higher vibration, that lightness in your step that you were already building, and the things were underway with when you were focused on your dream, your vision, yourself, okay? There's something, it just kind of pulled you too much to one way or the other, to where, again, you just couldn't honor what it is you're meant to be focused on and working on at this time. So know, for pile 3s, this storm passes. This is like a blip in the radar for you. This isn't the end of the world. I'm not feeling like deep, heavy, raw, visceral energy for you. And however that lands or resonates, you know, let it land or resonate for you uniquely. But I'm feeling like this passes. You're being, you know, given the guidance and the information. This passes. You know, this is like, again, a blip in the radar. This isn't something that you carry with you or sulk in for a long time. You know, it's available for you to just turn your attention, orient yourself toward your dream, and just get moving. The lightness returns, the levity in your step returns, the play, the joy, the momentum that you were creating for yourself returns. You begin and continue to manifest this dream, this bigger vision or whatever, and the other heavier energy just has to fall away right now. If that person's meant to be in your life, they will return later. They might return 6 months to a year later with a lighter energy themselves, after they've cleared out all their junk and gunk. And then they'll be able to join you, lock arms with you, to be a part of your bigger vision and your bigger dream, if that so happens. But what I'm being told is that you have bigger fish to fry right now, baby. You know, you've got a purpose path underway. You've got something going on. You do find success, by the way. You do bring it to fruition. This is destiny. It's inevitable. You can't deny it. And that's why you're being guided right now to focus on this thing, as opposed to the other thing that was getting in the way of that. And we just need you focused and in your like warrior energy right now, anchored and rooted into your purpose, to your calling, to your dream, to your bigger vision. Is important not only for you and your life, but actually to the world, because you are a part of, again, a great spiritual awakening that has to do with a lot of people, that has to do with the planet and the multiverses. So we need you stepping into your shoes, okay? So pile 3, you broke up, now what? Focus on your dream. Focus on the vision, focus on what you came here for, all right? that's the reading for you. If this landed and resonated for you, I encourage you to like and subscribe or share your story in the comments. I also want to let you know I do offer both personal readings as well as coaching sessions to support you with this reading here or on your life, work, or spiritual path. So thank you, Pile 3, and until next time.